Hey, this is Edward Fox. I've had a bunch of people ask me this past week on they ask questions about how to get into tech. And really, I've been following a lot of directions from a bunch of different people online. So just this past week, December 27th, I was given a tech job. IT is like field work IT. So basically, you know how like there's IT guys that would be doing something with a computer in school. That's kind of the speed I'll be working at for a couple months or for as long as I feel like. But yeah, so basically what you want to do is map out the type of income you would like to have, how soon you would like to have it, look at different job titles. Um, I like IT, right? So I've been in digital marketing and advertising for the last 6 years, starting in, well, almost 7 years now. It'll be 7 years in February. But I started a digital marketing and advertising agency and I served like over 50 clients. And with that, I saw that I was really good on the IT side, basically working on different platforms and things like that. So this past year, 2023, it was 2022, I was seeing this guy, Cyrus Harbin on Instagram. He was talking about moving into tech. And basically, I'm like, okay, let me look more at this tech stuff. And my mind was kind of on IT back in 2021. And I noticed that IT was having like a surge of hiring. And one of my bros, he has a staffing agency. Him and his wife have a staffing agency. Funnily enough, we was in the club one night, or like a lounge, but we was in there dancing. I know I was dancing, but I was looking at my phone because I love looking at different articles. I've been into technology mentally and just reading about it for years. But I saw this article about how there's like billions of dollars in spending. New people need to be hired. There's a shortage of people, and I saw that in the club. It was May of 2021. Oh, 2021 was pretty good, learning wise. But I showed him the article. I was like, bro, we gotta get on this IT stuff. And then later on that year, I was on TikTok, and this young black woman, she said, and she inspired me so much. She said that she used to tell herself that she couldn't get into tech or that she couldn't learn how to code because she wasn't good at math. And then she said, after learning more about how to code, she saw that it wasn't really math intensive and she was basically just psyching herself out or just making herself feel like she couldn't do it when she really could. So when she said that, I was like, yo, I can do this. I can get into tech. So that year, I did start watching some videos about different coding languages. I was looking at like some Web3 stuff, just good YouTube videos, and I just started to build up a basis of understanding that okay, I would like to get into tech at some point in time in the future. Um, then 2022 rolls around, like around November, December, I end up finding Cyrus online. So then I'm like, okay, there's cloud computing and there's cybersecurity. So I'm watching different videos of people talking about which one they prefer. So I'm like, okay, cloud computing, that's really more my speed. Cybersecurity, even though both of them are having hiring surges, um, and they both sides of IT need lots of people with the skill set. I was like, okay, cloud computing seems a bit more chill. I would really like a job that just a job. I get to, be working my job and I got time and I'm looking at real estate deals. So that's what's been on my mind. And then people were saying, okay, working in cybersecurity is really, you have to pay attention and there's a lot of work and there's like, it's stressful and it's intensive. I'm like, I don't want to do nothing like that. But over time, I did get to understand that I would like to combine the two and do cloud cybersecurity, basically. So that's how I later on end up landing on thinking about identity and access management, because in 2022, this young lady, she has this video. She was like, okay, whether you're chilling around in IAM all day, and I'm like, chilling in IAM, this sounds interesting. not saying I'm a person that wants to give little to get a lot. I'm just saying I would like to do a job at the highest level possible, but it not be mentally taxing, because I would like to invest my time into finding real estate deals that I can work on after work, maybe on weekends. Just like fix and flips and things like that. Just build up my income, build up my assets, so I can so in the future I'll be purchasing apartment complexes. So that's the plan. So now, just later on, I started taking the Amazon Web Services Cloud Practitioner course. That was cool. I took way too much time on that course. It's a 12-hour course. I should have did it in like a weekend and just got it over with and then started moving towards the Solutions Architect Associate. But I just was doing a lot of research to see which certifications would go with which jobs, and yeah, so I like mapped it out like that. I saw, okay, which industry, the industry is information technology, which part of it, I'm like, okay, cloud computing. What cloud computing service has the most market share? It looks like Amazon, and then there's Microsoft Azure, then there's Google Cloud. Then there's Oracle as well. Then there's Alibaba. But, IBM, they have cloud as well. So basically I was mapping out everything, taking the right courses. I mean, there's free information online, there's free courses. And then also, I'm like, okay, majorly find the position that you would like based on the type of pay you would like. So I'm thinking I'm going to go to 200,000 this year. Maybe that's with one job in cybersecurity, or one job in cloud computing, or multiple jobs in cloud computing and or cybersecurity. So just finding the skills that are necessary for these roles by reading the job descriptions. That lets you know, okay, I need to learn CI, CD, continuous implementation, continuous deployment with GitHub. That's one thing for cloud engineers, or for cloud architects. So that came to mind. And also with the cloud computing, I did see, working as a cloud engineer, I would need to learn more of the coding languages. I'm like, okay, this is cool, especially with ChatGPT, Claude, and a few other AI tools that can help you write these codes for these cloud computing platforms. I'm like, this makes sense. But it just, over time, I started to get more and more information. I'm like, oh yeah, and I passed the AWS Solutions Architect Associate back in July. Then August, I got the Certified Scrum Master certification. And then October, I got the Security Plus. And I got the Security Plus because I kept hearing about GovTech from Simone Bees on Twitter. And I also watch her YouTube videos. So I've been thinking to myself for months, working in identity and access management would make sense for me, because there's this other guy that his name's Cal Lawyer, that Simone interviewed on her Day in My Tech Life show. That series is great. I love it. I've been watching it. Every video that she puts out, I've been watching them. But and then also, I live in Buckhead. Bees lives in Buckhead, so it's like I know how much I pay in rent. To see her spot, I'm like, okay, like, this is not bad advice. She's not playing. She's not lying. She's not some scammer on the internet. But I interviewed this guy named Kyle Lawyer. He's a young guy. He may be like 20, 21. But he was talking about how he works in identity access management, and he had like 3 or 4 contracts at one point, and he was at about $400,000 a year in income. But he did say that it got to be too much trying to handle so many different meetings at one time. And I understand how that could be troublesome. So I'm like, all right, the identity and access management stuff has been making sense to me for months. Let me continue training for that. And now I'm working on the SC300, which is from Microsoft Azure, basically making sure you have an understanding of Active Directory and also Microsoft Entra ID. So yeah, I'm going to be completing that very soon, within the month. Maybe, I've been studying this since November. I should have completed it already, but I had a lot of things going on emotionally with, like, you know, some stuff dating life. 2023 has been great for my dating life. It's been awesome. But yeah. So identity access management, just looking at the different skill sets you need for that, the income, different companies that need it, what's the reason behind the role and the position, and then also building out projects. So I have been building out a couple cybersecurity projects. I will be completing more. I just bought the domain name for my portfolio website. So I'm going to be building up my portfolio website on Amazon Web Services. Lightsail, that's one of their services. So basically that's another cloud project that I can talk about, building out a website in the cloud with Amazon Lightsail. So basically just continue to build out the projects that align with the role that you're looking at. So let me put this in order. So again, I'm gonna write this down. Yeah, let's do this right here. Boom. So research the industry. And you can also assess your current, maybe you should start with this first. Maybe not, I don't know. Assess your current experience. Right? So assess your current experience, see what you like, see what you desire to do, and then start looking at, again, researching this industry, see which area you'd like to work in. Okay, because technology is like, I was listening to this video last night from Simone Bees and this other guy she interviewed named Rakis, who he works in GovTech doing like W-2 employment and corp to corp. Corp to corp, you get paid more, and yeah, you're more in control of how things work tax wise. So he used the term that tech is an umbrella term. Like the same way if a person says they work in automotive, one person might actually, he says everybody doesn't actually work as a mechanic, because he was talking about how everybody in tech doesn't code. I know how to code a little bit, but I'm not trying to be coding all day, so I'm not trying to get a job as a software developer. That's just not the role I'm trying to do. But again, that's what I'm saying. See which areas of the industry of tech that you would like to work in, right? And then he also went on to say, like, there's the umbrella term of automotive industry, right? So there's some people that might work as mechanics, some people that might work on windows, some people that might work on tires, some people that might be designing the cars. And there's different people, different types of people, different people with different skill sets in each of the positions that goes into working at an automotive company or in the automotive industry in general. There's some people that just know how to, change the oil. Boom, they still getting paid. But now when I say that, let's take it over to IT. There's IT, right? Information technology. Then there's cloud computing. Cloud computing is, the thing that's moving forward, because when I say the thing, I mean, there's data centers, right? Data centers are huge places that have a bunch of servers. Now a server, don't make me get to teaching y'all cloud computing on this video. That might be for another video. But basically at school, when you went to school, there was a room with a bunch of servers in it. That's the server room, IT area basically. And that just kept everybody's data on site. But now businesses and different types of institutions are moving more towards the cloud. That means they're allowing Amazon or AWS or Google or Azure to hold all of that data for them, and they just basically stream it. Like with Netflix, you don't have 50,000 DVDs in your house. You have an app, and you're able to look through their collection of different video files, and that is also hosted on Amazon Web Services, and a lot of those files are in Amazon S3, which is simple storage solution. So that's something I've learned in my studies of cloud computing. But yeah, there's cloud computing and there's different roles within cloud computing. They need people in what's called FinOps, which is basically making sure people aren't overspending on cloud computing resources inside their business, basically. Then there's also the cloud architect. That's something I've been training for. Was a cloud solution architect, they call it, for AWS. But they also have solution architect for the other clouds like Microsoft Azure. So the cloud architect is basically, they understand everything of how it works, right? Like an architect knows how to design an apartment complex. They know how much, you know, they know how much of everything is needed. Um, like there's basically different levels. Um, so the architect knows the overarching things and the smaller things that go in between, basically. So they know about how to design the place, what's needed to design it, um, to the parking garage information, how strong these beams need to be, how many apartments need to be on each level, the square footage of each apartment, how do we need to lay everything out for them to have enough space for the closet, the washer and dryer, the air conditioning unit, um, the bathtub, all that stuff. Like architects know how to design everything. And also, what would be cool is if the architect just used to be a general contractor. So there's different, like when I say there's different levels of things, I'm using the whole real estate aspect of it because that's something that's very understandable. There's usually a guy that goes from being someone that's just interested in working in construction. He goes from a helper, then he goes to actually going to school for it. Now he's a contractor. He can lay flooring. He can I forgot that thing, framing. He can actually help put up all the wood, make sure all the studs are there, make sure everything is flush, make sure everything is being done correctly. Goes from being a contractor, knows how to do multiple things, and now he's a general contractor because he's taking another test, and now he knows basically everything to do with the property. Then maybe go from being a general contractor to taking more tests and learning more, reading more books, and learning how to be an architect. So when it comes to cloud computing, you might go from cloud DevOps, right? DevOps is very similar to working in programming, being like a web developer or an app developer. So that's DevOps. And then the cloud engineer, they know DevOps and they know a bit about the architecture, but it's just like they haven't gotten to the whole architecture level because architects don't exactly touch everything. The DevOps person, they're coding everything out and all that good stuff. Cloud engineers, they're coding everything out and telling you how we should build to put these solutions together to actually create the result that the client is looking for. Now, the architect knows all that up and down. The architect can code some stuff out. The architect can tell the team how we need to work together, which order we need to do things in. There's a bit of project management within that, and that's why I got the certified Scrum Master certification, because I saw that in a lot of these cloud architect positions, they want you to have project management experience and have either the CSM, the certified Scrum Master, or the PMP. So I'm going to be getting the PMP this year as well. But yeah, there's that. So that's the cloud computing side of IT. Now there's the cybersecurity side, and then there's other things within each of them. So cybersecurity, they have people that work in a SOC, which is Security Operations Center. So they have red team, they have blue team, they have purple team. Everybody on each team has their different things that they do. Red team, you got pen testers. Penetration testing is basically seeing how can you work your way into a company's IT infrastructure. Can you socially engineer somebody into going to a website and putting in their payment information or putting in their password? Now you can get into the account, different stuff like that. Blue team is more about defense. Purple team is more about having an understanding of both and being able to do things on both sides. Then there's also governance, risk, and compliance. And I guess as y'all see, I have studied this stuff for months. I have been taking in a lot of information, probably hundreds of hours of video from different creators talking about an industry that I'm trying to get in. Well, I'm into now, because I thought to myself, I went so deep, I got so freaking obsessive on digital marketing and advertising from 2016 to now. It's like I told myself, if I do the same thing, if I go obsessive like that on cybersecurity and IT, I'm gonna be a multimillionaire. And I know that with the path that I'm on now, I'm gonna be a millionaire within this 12 months of 2024. Just gotta stay focused, do the right thing, and I have that planned out, because basically I have this financial plan right here, and it's all about getting the focus, getting the right certifications, getting the right jobs, doing great on these interviews, apply to everything basically, in the right field, in the right position I like. So identity access management. As soon as I get the SC300 certification, now it's like, okay, this guy is actually certified. He knows Active Directory. He knows Entra ID. Not only does he have projects and relevant experience, but he has the certification now. So boom. So getting the certification, getting the roles, get to about $200,000 a year in annual salary. But the thing is, you don't exactly get rich from your job, depending on which type of job you have. But my thought process is take my job income, invest in assets. Like, you can go to the SBA, get a loan to buy a business that's recession proof. When I say recession proof, I mean you have to be serving humans from birth to death. Like, you need a business like that. And I'm also looking at farms, like buying farms. So I like farms, apartment complexes, businesses. So I'm looking to build a portfolio of all of that. So there's land, you can build property. I mean, Atlanta still has some places that they need some new apartment complexes. They need some new townhouses, things like that. So, and also there's fix and flips. There's places in Vine City that need to be renovated, and somebody like rents that out after you fix the house, or you can sell it. Like, there's a lot to do. But my first things are raising my income, increasing my credit score, using loans, using the banking system here in the United States to build and buy assets that people like, want, and will pay me for. So again, I've been studying that formula, because in digital marketing and advertising, I saw that a lot of people I was studying, they know how to market a business. They basically know how to, and it comes from Dan Kennedy. Basically, you want to have information for free, get people to sign up to your email list. You continually send them valuable emails that get them closer to their goal. You build a relationship like that. You make videos. That's with the content marketing. It's a bunch of free stuff. And then you get people to pay you for things over time. So you can add an info business to any physical service-based business, or a place that sells a product. Whether it's a service or a product, you can give people information they need to be like, hey, I need to buy this product. It's going to help me with this, this, and that. And then that person gives the business money. So my mentors in digital marketing, they were really good at that. So what they started to do was they negotiated equity in their clients' businesses. Equity in a business is how you become multimillionaire, how you become wealthy, how you get to be a billionaire in the future. Then also they started buying businesses. So I learned about buying businesses while I was out learning how to be a better digital marketer and go out doing sales to different businesses to get them as clients. So I did door-to-door sales for digital marketing, phone sales, email sales, and I've done that for the last 6 years. Like, all my money I was making came from marketing. So now I'm going from making money in marketing. Oh, also I was telling y'all, basically all that stuff I was doing for my clients, that is IT. That is information technology. Building out websites, that is information technology. You're using tech to put information on the internet. Building out a website, email marketing campaigns. I don't know if digital marketing advertising campaigns are exactly IT, but it's basically you putting information in front of people. But this young lady I was dating last year, she's really cool. She works in project management. Like, she had a team. Her team was basically building out Salesforce Marketing Cloud, email marketing, and other stuff for a client, basically. So now the thing is, I've used multiple email marketing tools, um, website tools, and things like that for my clients. And Salesforce is one of the tools that I've always wanted to use, but the clients I was working with didn't have the funding to use Salesforce um, instead of another tool they might have used. They might have used MailChimp or Aweber or ClickFunnels and things like that. But Salesforce is like a higher price, higher level tool, has some of the same functions as the other tool that costs less, but Salesforce has a lot larger capacity for what it can do compared to the smaller tools that might be $10 to $15 a month. Um, so yeah, there's that. But I noticed that I've been doing the same IT stuff as these other guys that get paid more than me, but it's like I was just doing it on a different platform. I was just using a different website. I was only using a different website, but I was doing IT for my clients. So I have that experience that, you know, carries over to these IT positions that I've been looking at, with cybersecurity and even cloud computing. So now, again, there's different parts of cloud. There's different parts of IT. There's cloud computing. There's cybersecurity, and there's even more. And there's different roles within each area of IT. So with that, again, research the industry, assess your current experience, see which area you'd like to work in, and then research, read about the different roles / positions in these areas of what you're looking at. Now, when I say read about the different roles, read job descriptions to see common things, right? The common requests, the things that they're asking for, the different skill sets that they need you to have, skill sets and certifications, right? So that's important. But also, you need to gain experience. Gain experience by building out projects. So you want to research projects needed to show experience. All right. So there's that. And then, yeah, build those projects. Build them. Post them. Post the projects on multiple websites, on blog websites like LinkedIn and Medium. Then also apply to as many jobs as possible. To many jobs. Network. Provide value in videos like this. All right, so now I gotta make a shorter video of just this, basically. But I'm thankful that y'all watch. I'm thankful that I'm about to upload this to YouTube right now, because I gotta make a shorter video to put on Twitter because people have been asking me a lot of questions. But yeah, my name is Edward Fox. I start my new IT job tomorrow. Thank you for watching. It's January 1st, 2024. Brand new day. Have fun. Be blessed. I love you, and I'm looking forward to seeing you win. All right. Bye-bye.